I'm ready. I need to clap?
Yes.
I'm good at that. So, like in the Spanish clap. I was a kid, a little kid, and I simply noticed that I could draw better than anyone else. Drawing was easy, and everything that is easy is fun. When I noticed that people liked what I was doing and asked me to draw for them, then I thought I am an artist. So I was around 5, 6. I was shy, I was timid. Like I was living in Spain, so I was slower in developing my sexual attractions and things. I was like careful with everything, so painting was for me, painting and drawing was my home. And I guess because it was my home for so many years, then it just stayed my home for the rest of my life. Like only recently, only the last 10 years maybe, have I felt that it has gone from being my home to becoming my guide. First it was the place I go to, now it is the place that tells me where to go to. I used to hate Picasso, and now he is my master of all the masters, so it took me a little bit to understand him. I was a fan of Dali. My signature is a copy of Dali. When I started to practice what would be my name for when I am famous, I thought, my name is Mikael. Too long. Joachim. Doesn't sound nice. I thought, Dali, that has a punch, that thing, Dali. And so I said, Mikki, Mikki, oui, and then I chose my name. It influenced my way to see art and what I wanted to do with art in the beginning. I wanted to become a super realist, even though I was inspired by surrealism. I liked very much the idea of you having something that looks real but is not real. So this world was my world. Because of Dalí, later I read 100 Years of Solitude, Gabriel García Márquez, only because it is the same but in a book. Later, as I went developing my art, the places where I have been to have influenced it. Because I remember when I moved from Finland to Brazil, so the people in Brazil said, I'm doing very cold art. And then when I had spent 6 years in Brazil and I came back to Finland, they said, oh, what a colorful art. So yes, the surrounding influences what you do. Because artist is somebody that is looking. Or for me, art is to be like a receptor of life, and then from there you become like a storyteller. You get your impulses from life, and then you choose what is the story, what kind of story you want to do. I have always disliked, and this is not meaning that it is wrong, the thing, I don't like artist that is aggressive, artist that is depressive, artist that is full with angst. I understand them. The art is like a channel to get those feelings out from you. I understand that. I understand people that tell me that art is a way to transform the world. But for me, it is like this. You can't transform the world without being like a crazy teen of 13, you know? Like you don't have to shout to people that they are wrong. You don't have to show them everything that they do wrong. I think you have to inspire them to be better. I know it helps many people when they see that somebody is struggling too, but for me, art is uplifting, which is very criticized. People don't, if you tell them I like uplifting art, they normally say, well, that is not really art. Art is meant to move your soul. Art is meant to rip you apart. Art is meant to destroy your head and make you think anew. I don't think that is true. If you take one of my pieces to your home, I hope that every time you look at it, you get your battery charged. Instead of getting this total frustrating feeling that, yes, we are both in the same shit. I know that is uplifting also when you see that other people are struggling, but I don't think it is the way to get energy. I don't think you should think, okay, so he has a shitty life too, so I'm okay. I like you to think, I am a good person, and this is why I uplift myself. Basically, most of the spiritual thoughts that are now people are starting to realize: stop, enjoy the moment, be present. I noticed at some point somebody suggested a book for me. It was Eckhart Tolle that speaks about the spiritual world, and everything he was saying was like putting into words what I had been feeling. And then like at the same time, automatically, I started to put this, what he had put into words, I started to put into painting. And that is when my style changed. My aesthetic view has been that I like beautiful line and simple pattern. So it is very like the Japanese art, hokusai and this kind of art. I like my ideal art used to be a mix of that with the Art Nouveau line. For me, the line in Art Nouveau has always been the line that is most alive. So it was a mix of that, but it had to be very clear and very simple. And now my paintings are a mess. They are totally full, and I understand if people like look at them and don't understand what it is. But when you stop and give my painting time, and you look at it, and I tell you what is happening in there, it becomes beautiful. That is how it works. So it is not meant for this generation that is running and used to internet and to the computer is going very fast, everything, and you swipe, even with boyfriends. No, like, no, yeah, good looking, yes, no, plap, 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 you hate one, you do tata. My art, if you don't stop and give it time, you don't like it. But that's okay. Biggest teaching for my career from Picasso is that you need amazing skills, and then you need to play. Play. When he's doing his things, he's just having a wonderful time. It is play. I can feel it by the way he naturally goes into terrain and subject matter that is provocative or disturbing to somebody. He's just playing. He doesn't worry what he's just having a good time. And because he had this amazing talent and technique, like when I see in little sketches what he does when he's simplifying the line, but he's retaining the true essence of whatever shape he's doing, the essence is there. So I understand, okay, conceptually he's the master, and then he plays, and I like playful. Playful is for me like everything. I had a teacher who told me this, but at the time I did not understand it. But he told me this: good art should look simple. And what he meant was that if it looks like if the artist has been having a struggle and it has been very difficult, then it is conveying difficulty. But if it looks like, oh, I could do that, then you immediately associate with it. It feels nice. We are friends. I could do you. And then, of course, you notice you cannot do it when you go to do it because there is this mastery under it. It is like you go from having this amazing amount of things and then you bring it to a simplicity that you present to somebody, and it is like the drop, like bling, here you are. And you just look at it and you think, oh, but it is a big thing. So it is a little thing that is big. I love Picasso. Being an artist, probably in my identity, it gives me a sense of freedom. I feel that in the same way that for many things I can be criticized as an artist, like, oh, he dresses like that, he behaves like that, he does like that. but at the same time they say it, the criticism that you get is one that has some form of love behind it, like, he does this because he's an artist. Or, he dresses a little bit strange, but he's an artist. He's an artist. So in a way, it gives me a sense of freedom, maybe. It definitely makes me feel proud. It's not an easy road to walk. It is something that doesn't really give me anything because it is who I am, Like it is like if I ask you, how does it feel to be Barbara? You would tell me, I am Barbara. I don't know how it feels to be Barbara. I have my good days, I have my bad days, but I am Barbara. So for me, artist is just who I am. Okay, and what it means to be Mikki, it is an honor to be Mikki. I feel the luckiest guy in the world that I became Mikki, and I hope I can become Mikki in many other lives. I love being Mikki. I have had a very wonderful life. I had this pancreatitis, and I was close to death. In the 3 months I was in the hospital, I was three times I was in the intensive care, like really going away by the doors of, I was somewhere else and in a coma in this world and very close to going. And the feeling that I had was basically one of like, okay, well, bummer that I have to go, but I've had a wonderful life. I've had a really wonderful life. I wouldn't change one day in my life. I have loved my life. Of course, I want more, but if I don't get more, it is okay. I'll go. Yes, I don't know. Super great to be Mikki.